Oh, hello, hello. I'm good. I am. Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Yeah?
good. I do miss you. I do
I
miss you a lot.
I miss
Yes,
you
that's
too.
what I do. I'm a great motivator. I am a great encourager of all things. Does The Simpsons count? Freaking love The Simpsons, man. I love The Simpsons. Also, can we talk about how much Paul looks like my friend Joe? You don't know my friend Joe, but big shout out to my friend Joe back home, Joe Cabret.
Are we looking now? When we say Simpsons, I'm looking for obscure Simpsons references. Like I know you and I talk about this all the time, like the Alf Pogs. When I see something with Alf, I'm always like, Alf, he's back, but in Pog form, and only a certain select few get that reference.
Yeah, and there's just so many classic lines that I feel are wasted on people daily. You know, you go around just saying them. Like even that one with do you remember when they went looking for the grease and Homer goes up to that teenager and my God, you're greasy. Freaking brilliant. Just brilliant. But the thing is like you don't just watch it once, you know what I mean? Like how many times have you watched your favorite Simpsons episode again and again and again and you just never get tired of it? You know, it's just that's how you know it's a classic.
What is
maybe the trip to Knoxville with the World Sphere? Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, and because I remember as well going to Knoxville for the first time, when I was on the road and just being mesmerized by the fact that I was in front of this World Sphere. Freaking amazing.
I like when Bart.
Okay. Your epidermis is showing. Yeah. So technically, it's true.
Cool. Yeah. See?
Who is your favorite character? I already know this. Such an underrated.
Yeah, Mr.
Jill is great. I'm sorry. Let me bring it back to my other favorite episode. Is the dental plan one.
Lisa needs break.
Yes, and that song at the end that she's singing, it's such a beautiful song. I mean, I don't have a songbird voice, so I can't sing it for you right here, right now. But it really is just the music in that show, ridiculous.
Okay.
And then oh no, because then I was thinking about the Greyhound fur tuxedo. Like let's just talk about the music, like the fact that they can blend comedy, music, everything else, pop culture, exactly what's going on, political views without, it's such a great all-encompassing show. Yeah. There's nothing like the classics, but I mean, look, then I just go, is that just the fondness that we have in our heads for the way that things have been, but now it's evolved and we have to be okay with that and accept that. Okay. So look, recently, and only very recently, I watched the Harry Potter whole saga. I was always against it. Didn't get it. I was like, oh, wizards. Who cares? I mean, not that I'm against wizards. Like, I really like wizards, such as The Sword in the Stone. Yeah, what a movie. Hell of a movie. But I just thought, like, Harry Potter was for kids. And wow, it got me. It really got me. Got me in the feels. Dobby. We have a special guest.
Are we talking about Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Oh,
Harry Potter? Is this Harry Potter?
Yeah, we're on Harry Potter now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I heard you guys talking about The Simpsons, and I was going to come in and tell you what dorks you are, but now we're talking about Harry Potter, and we're cool again.
This is the reason that I watch Harry Potter, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And
all we're missing is
what are the chances that each of us would have our own different houses? You know what I mean? Like not one of us doubling over. I think that's great. Yeah, so Dobby would have been my favorite character. Dumbledore. You know how I cried about that. Yeah. You got that for Dobby too. And then man, Snape. Jesus. Whoa. Yeah, that got me. That got me right in the feels.
Okay. All right.
Binge watched the whole thing, all 8 seasons in 2 weeks. 2 weeks we watched that whole thing. We were, I think, averaging about 6 episodes a day. It was a little excessive, but man, I had put it off. I didn't want the commitment. Like I knew it was going to be great storytelling. I'd heard great acting, but I was afraid of the commitment. I'm not one that sits around and watches a whole bunch of TV. But I thought, well, hey, look, this I've now got this opportunity to sit around and watch TV and catch up on this thing. Wow, just wow. And by the way, I also didn't and watching it in such a condensed time, right? So I didn't have time to think and theorize on what the ending should be or how the last season should look. I just accepted it as it was. And I thought it was great. I didn't have a problem with the last episode at all.
Now,
in fact, I was so happy when Jon Snow stabbed Dany. Oh, 100%. 100% Stark. 100%.
Okay.
Jon Snow, what an honorable man. What? And here's the thing as well. Here was a surprise for me. So I was watching it, having known, because I remember the internet going mad about Jon Snow dying. So I was prepared for Jon Snow to die. And like, I knew it was going to happen, but it still shocked me. But what I was not prepared for was for him to come back to life. So what a nice twist, because I feel like most of the time in that show, you're just waiting for everybody that you like to get killed. And you're just like, and that's why I felt like there was no ending I could have predicted, because nothing was predictable. It wasn't like, it wasn't like the good guys always win in the end. It wasn't like there was always going to be these great baby face moments. It was sometimes your favorites are going to get killed. Sir Davos didn't get killed and Sam didn't get killed, so I was happy.
You're wondering.
Sam is my favorite character. And here's the thing. I met Sam in London and I didn't know who he was. And he was very, very nice. I believe he's a wrestling fan, but he was so, so nice. I would like him to know now that he is my favorite character. And it wasn't because I'd met him, just because I thought he was a brilliant character.
So,
Ooh, okay. So my tag team partner would be Duffman, and I would fight against Daenerys, and who else would I fight against? Oh, what's that lady in the real annoying little pink lady in Harry Potter?
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't I be involved?
You can be involved, special guest referee.
Okay, I'm going to be involved. And do you know what? I will. I'll go against Black Widow.
You have a preference.
Marvel, 100% Marvel. Look, here's my wallet. I ain't got no fancy Gucci wallet or nothing like that. I have a little Marvel Avengers wallet that I got from the Marvel stand when I was there for Comic-Con.
Okay. All right. Whatever's left in that. Oh man, this workout is too easy for Becky and Josh and Seth, Cesaro and Sheamus. I'm gonna smoke this workout. But as you start to get reps, it gets way more difficult. I did this the first time, and I think I got into the 8th.
I think we got into the round of 20.
Yeah, they smoked me. Superhero.
Oh, thank you. I am a national superhero.
You are a national.
I think it's something like 380 something days at this stage, but who's counting? Lots of people.
Sounds like
I don't have the exact date. Huh? Well, so I see it on my timeline, and it makes me very happy and proud. So, when was it? Yeah, about 380 something days, maybe 390 at this stage.
Okay.
We're going for infinity and beyond, to quote my good friend Buzz Lightyear. I'm an okay Disney fan. Like I'm a fan of the old school animated movies. One of my favorite movies is Robin Hood.
That's mine as well.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, The Sword and the Stone, old Dumbo, Bambi, The Lion King, all the old animated movies.
Okay.
Oh, we lost Josh. Oh, there he is.
There I am. Yes.
I just appreciate how you fit perfectly in between the couch,
Yeah.
either sides of the couch. No, it's quite impressive. It's like it was designed specifically for this workout.
Well,
How many
all right.
dogs do you have in that house right now?
because she would jump all over me.
Oh,
we
it'd be
did
great.
this. All
That's
right.
the content we came to see.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm not here to answer those kind of questions. That's
Yeah,
that's
Paul,
for
how
that's for
dare
the
you.
people to decide. Come on now. Whatever you think it is, maybe it's that, maybe it's not.
Well, there you
Maybe
go,
it has a
everyone.
deeper meaning, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah,
Maybe there is, maybe there isn't.
Maybe it's just lunch. You know.
Maybe,
Oh, yeah.
maybe it's lunch. Maybe it's got a deeper meaning. Maybe we'll never know. Maybe we'll find out soon.
Oh.
There was my little poem. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the answer to the spoon if you beat 24. Yep.
Oh, 24. All right, here we go.
See ya.
One,
Don't you have to lock out them hips, Josh?
3.
Lock out those hips.
Boy,
No
those are-
cheating now.
Those
No
are Becky.
cheating.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Those
I
are-
always get yelled at for them. So here's me yelling back at you. Lock out
All
them
right.
hips. Man, do you know what? There's so many. Seattle is one of them. New York is another one. Chicago's another one. And to be honest with you, the reason that I look forward to most of these places is restaurants and coffee. If there's a place that I like to eat, San Francisco. I freaking love San Francisco. One of my favorite restaurants is there.
How dare you?
Oh my gosh, yeah, sorry, excuse me, Las
Yeah.
Vegas. Because of my favorite coffee shop one of my favorite coffee shops, Bad Owl, being there, freaking amazing. I was in a place called Bemidji once, and Bemidji was beautiful.
In Missouri.
I
What about
have been to Bronson, Missouri. We drove through there once, and it was amazing. They had a big Kurt's donut and lots of Simpsons references. I'd love to go back there. I must say, you do have great squatting form, though, Josh. Good job. Good job. Oh, yeah. Locking out them hips. No, well, not so much there. Oh, there we go. You're killing it. Good job, buddy.
I'm going. All right.
It's true. Man, so many times I'll work out with Joshy, and he'll start going real fast. And I go, okay, all right, I've got to ramp it up, but I should know that he'll tire soon. And if I just keep the pace, it usually works.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a lot of Rise Against, a fair bit of Pearl Jam, a little Rage Against the Machine. What else? And then there's some random like Eminem in there, or maybe like a fast jazzy song from Hanson. Because look, freaking what musical prodigies they were.
All right, 10 seconds to
I kind of want to look at my playlist now, see what I've got on there. See, I think you can speed it up on the squats and then slow it down on the burpees. That was my strategy. Okay, all right, you're doing great.
Am I though?
Yeah.
Hopefully, the folks at home.
Okay. If you get there.
Paul,
I need more time to think about this.
I have 30
I
seconds.
don't know that I do. Yeah, I'm thinking on I don't know. Do I have a favorite Marvel movie, Josh? I did really love Endgame. But I don't know. That's a little too hard to decide. And I don't I'm still thinking on that Captain Marvel and Iron Man. Maybe I'll answer that when I come back.
My favorite Pearl Jam
Yeah,
song.
I know it's hard.
Oh, stop! Look,
That's not
there's
that's not
Oh,
even
boy.
that's
thing
easier.
as a favorite.
Oh boy, I might as well
There
just
is
stop
no
now.
such thing as a favorite Pearl Jam song. It changes with the mood. It changes with how you're feeling in the day, with what hits you, and different songs hit you at different times in your life. I mean, look, I could sit here talking about the songs that have meant a lot to me, like Black and Sirens and Future Days, and right now I lay awake thinking about I'm Open, that song, like just randomly last night. Different stuff just hits you at different times, you know.
New Pearl Jam stuff that came out.
Oh yeah, I loved it, and like just so okay. Let me be honest here, and let me be forthcoming. Yeah, first,
real quick.
you're doing great, buddy.
Yeah,
You're doing great. So when I first heard Dance of the Clairvoyant, I was like, oh no, I don't think I like this song, and because it was such a different sound that you don't usually hear from Pearl Jam, so I decided that I would listen to it for 5 times every day until I liked it. And well, look, it only took me about 3 or 4 times to love it. And talking to Seth Rollins, he said, you know, you gotta let bands evolve. And how ballsy is it that a band who has had such a recognizable sound for so long to then change it? Like, come on, just the genius of that. And now I love all of Gigaton. My favorite songs being 7. My favorite song is 7 o'clock. What are you at now?
now.
Yeah, you're doing great. How much time did you have to spare? Didn't you say you would do it at the round of 14? Well, this is the round of 14. I'll finish my story. I mean, unless anybody else wants to talk more about Pearl Jam, because I'm happy to do that. I'll also say this. Pearl Jam fans, much like Becky Lynch fans, are usually awesome. I don't think I've met a Pearl Jam fan I haven't liked. In fact, one of my best friends, I bonded over a love for Pearl Jam. That was where our friendship began. My friend Jay Ferrugia. Yeah, Pearl Jam just brings people together, man. I can't see Joshy. How's he doing? How's his form? Wait, can I not see him because he's not locking out his burpees? Did he shut me out purposely? Is he even doing it?
I'm there.
Oh, okay. There we go. Oh yeah, of course he's not locking out them hips. Nah. I'm not really into any other sports. I watch a bit of MMA. I probably used to be a bigger fan before I got busier. But now I try to keep up as much as I possibly can. But as far as basketball or football or soccer is concerned, not really. I was a huge basketball fan when I was younger, so like I know everybody's watching The Last Dance. So around that time, I was a big fan of the Utah Jazz at that time because, of course, I always liked the underdog, you know. And then I was a little kid, like I was 10, and my ma brought me to New York because she was a flight attendant, and they had an NBA store. So she brought me over specifically so I could go to this NBA store, and I got myself a Utah Jazz jersey, a Stockton jersey, and then I got a picture of me passing a ball to Karl Malone. It wasn't the real Karl Malone, obviously. And then I got a little Utah Jazz pocket watch. I wonder if I still have that pocket watch. I know I still have the jersey back in my house in Ireland.
So.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're a Utah Jazz fan now.
I haven't followed Utah Jazz since, but you know, how are they doing? We doing good?
All right.
Maybe you'll finish. You might finish. You might get to round 20.
Maybe.
I want to know what the record is for this exact workout.
I think John.
Are you going again? What are you doing? Are you dead? You dying?
Oh, no.
You getting matzo ball?
Yeah.
Are they proper squats, Josh? There they are. Good job, Joshy. This is round 18, right?
18.
What are you doing breaking? No time for rest. Come on now. Oh, you're trying not to get into the round of 20. That's what you're doing. You want the pain to stop. You can't stop when the pain hits. That's when we gotta go. That's when it starts. Or some other motivational quote like that. I don't know. Look, like there's lots of different things for different reasons. Like one of my favorite matches was Last Woman Standing with Charlotte, and that was around the time of the rise of the man, and that feud lasted. I think we wrestled in some capacity for a year straight, and I don't know that that's on every pay-per-view for a year straight, and I don't know that that's being replicated, especially not in this era. So that's pretty special for that reason. Another one was Natalia is somebody who I've known for a long time. We didn't have much of a build, but I thought considering what we did at SummerSlam was good. And then Sasha Banks, another person who I've had one of my favorite matches with, and that was Hell in a Cell, just this last year. And then of course Asuka, the person who I couldn't beat for over a year, couldn't beat her. No matter how many times I tried, no matter different matches that I was in, could never beat her. And I finally did at the Royal Rumble, and then a couple of weeks later in a rematch on Raw. And that rematch on Raw was probably one of my favorite matches too. So there's a few of them. I was going to ask you. You didn't finish. What'd you get to?
That's not.
If you want to get a black eye. Don't. Yeah, I was going to say, Josh, you'd make a hell of a manager. And then my answer of who I would like to see him in a match against would be Bobby Heenan.
Oh, really?
That's how it would actually go. That is true. I'd show you the ropes, kid. He's the master of the wrist lock at this stage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Can I go for option C?
Guardians? Are you gonna go Guardians? Is that who you like?
Oh, can I go Groot?
Okay.
Best dance moves, best music.
When it comes to Captain Marvel Captain America versus Iron Man, I will pick Groot. Man, probably Mick Foley. Somebody who, first of all, he's who really hooked me in to wrestling when I was not a fan, and it was because of his ability to garner sympathy and how you felt for him and how much you cared, and the promos that he cut. And it didn't matter that he wasn't the most athletic or the strongest or in the best shape of anybody else at that time. He was the person that I connected to the most, and I guess it comes from that feeling of being an underdog, not particularly being athletic or the best at anything, but having that drive to become that. So I would say Mick Foley, and then having gotten to know him as I've developed as a performer and a wrestler, he's just one of the nicest men that you could meet, and always so encouraging, and always there to lend an ear or to give support or to offer a new perspective.
Side
oh yeah, he was so Mick as well, wasn't he? It was great. I loved that movie in general.
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie. Jake the Snake was great too. Oh God, that's great. So can I talk about two? Can I talk about one? So Hold On, right? So I remember sitting. This was back in the time when I wasn't wrestling and I'd left wrestling. Now, for anybody who doesn't know my story, I started wrestling when I was 15. By 18, I was living in Canada, touring around Japan, main eventing over there in the famous Borgen Hall, wrestling around Europe, around America, around Canada, and kind of making a name for myself on the independent circuit. And it is a bit of a circus sometimes. And then I left for 7 years. And in that time, I was just riddled with guilt and regret and what ifs. And the song Hold On, I would listen to it, and it would just it would just bring up all these feelings and really get me into them. It's because what it said was, I know my life would be different if I could have held on. And so it would always remind me of, okay, well, what would have happened if I held on? Luckily, things turned out pretty good for the man. That's one of my favorite songs. And then I Am Mine is another one of them. Just because, I think sometimes in this industry and just in life and in society, we feel so many pressures to be a certain way or do a certain thing. And one of the lines in that is, I know I was born and I know I'll die, the in-between is mine. So it's just a matter of making it yours and figuring out what's right for yourself and blocking out all that noise, blocking out all the people that are trying to help you or not, or guide you in a way that maybe isn't true to what you want or true to yourself, and what all the noise is. So there are two songs that hit me in the feels.
I like that.
Oh, well,
That was, yeah.
Great question, Andy. Great question.
Great.
I had a great time. Great time. I miss you, buddy. I miss you.
I miss you too.